excited for that.
OKC would be the nightmare scenario where you put him and SGA together. Oh,
J-Dub. Lord
with that
mercy.
bench depth and the picks they have, man.
Don't get
I don't
any
wanna see
ideas,
that.
please. I don't want to see that either.
And I love the Thunder, but it's like I don't even want to see that. That would just be unfair at that point. With that we talk about the Rockets defense. The Thunder's defense on a different level. It's on a different level because everybody can guard. Even the bench guys can guard, with the exception of Isaiah Joe. Everybody else can guard.
And the continuity, too. Like, all those guys have been together for 3-4 years now. Like, they've kept that core together. They've grown naturally together. That's what you hope the Rockets can do. That's what you hope they can project over the next 2 years with all their young wings. So, OKC, they're going to be this team for the next 3 to 4 years that I think are going to be at the top 2 to 3 seed of the West.
Yep.
But I think that's it. Like, I think that window is about 3-4 years.
I agree.
It's just hard. It's hard to keep.
I agree, too.
With this new CBA and the limitations of getting to those apron points with your cap management, it's just so hard to keep teams together for more than 3 or 4 years. Look at Denver. Like, Denver, the championship team Denver had, like, that whole core is essentially gone aside from their 3 or 4 most expensive guys. Aaron Gordon, Porter, Jamal Murray, and Jokic.
Yep.
Everyone else are a mix and mash of like rookies, free agent signings, Russ, Braun, and a few other guys here and there. But
DeAndre Jordan,
your depth is essentially gone.
Yeah, it is.
Denver broke that team up. That's insane. The Lakers broke their team up. But while now that I bring the Lakers up, I actually wanted to ask you, Vala, what is your outlook about the evil empire out west selling this franchise for $10 billion, having Luka and probably the last, if not the next to last year of a LeBron James?
Yeah, it's funny, man. You know, the NBA, $10 billion, like more than. What was the last sale of an NBA franchise? Was it Boston?
It was
Boston.
$6 billion.
$6 billion?
Yeah, it was somewhere around there.
$10 billion, I guess rings don't matter that much.
Nah, man.
$10 billion.
But that selling point, along with the fact that you get Luka at the trade deadline and then the Mavericks get the number 1 overall pick, like, make no mistake about it. David Stern and the Mafia ties have continued into the modern day NBA. And this is just how business works, man. And I think it's for the best. I think with Luka and LeBron in a full season in LA, I don't know what they're going to do with their roster to make sense around those guys because it certainly
they need shooting.
It doesn't make sense right now. They need a lot of shooting and they need
big.
They need a big
bigs.
lob threat. Jackson Hayes ain't going to be that guy, and we figured that out 4 years ago when he was drafted. So my outlook for them is they're going to be an awesome regular season team because Luka is essentially the modern Harden. You put him on a roster, you're winning 50 games.
Yeah.
LeBron is going to show up in the playoffs, load manage, and take care of his body to get himself there. And I think they're just going to be what they've been the last, 5 years. They're going to be a team ESPN talks about. Yeah. They're going to be the talking point of every halftime show. But at the end of the day, I don't think any real basketball heads are going to take them seriously in championship contender terms.
I don't think so.
I hope none of y'all do.
No, I mean, I see them realistically between. Oh wow,
The champs.
The champs. They had a dope parade from what I saw.
SGA out there looking like Robert Kelly, baby.
Hey, yo, don't start that. Realistically, I see the Lakers in that 5 to 8 spot. Truthfully,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that I would hope that they're not a play-in team because then that just kind of defeats the purpose. So I truthfully see them between 5 to 8.
I could agree with that.
They're the odds-on betting favorites, third right now to win the championship.
I don't see that.
It's OKC, Houston, LA, and then I can't recall who 4, 5, and 6 are.
Who is Thomas Sorber?
Yeah, this draft class out of the lottery, I couldn't tell you.
But Sam Presti took him, so I'm a believe in Sam.
You know what? Yeah.
Whoever this guy is, he's gonna be a baller.
I trust. Sam, I trust.
Now there is one he missed on that I thought was gonna be a dog, and that was Perry Jones from Baylor. I thought he was gonna be a dog.
Oh
and
man,
yeah.
Some years ago, yeah.
Yeah, he missed on him bad. And
6'9", 6'10" wing guy.
Could shoot it, handle it.
Boy,
he just
that Baylor squad. Well, really, Baylor has some teams.
Hell, Baylor just had a top 3 pick tonight in VJ.
But I'm just saying in general because you brought up Perry Jones. Baylor
had some squads,
boy. They had You said Perry Jones. They had
Austin who couldn't play because of his eyes or something like
Austin.
that.
They had Jackson. What's the boy's name?
The point guard, Pierre Jackson.
Pierre Jackson. Man, they were loaded.
Yeah,
they had Quincy Acey.
They did have Quincy Acey.
Man, boy, just dunking on everybody. Boy, my God.
He's a mean dunker.
Well, as we bring this in for a landing, I figure, and Wes, I didn't get a chance to talk to you about this, but, we just want to ask our guests just one question, just based on your opinion. Our tech and audio guy right here, Willard, he is a very confident man.
Oh, here we go.
So just, I played basketball, you've played basketball, he's played basketball, you and I were teammates, getting buckets together. Do you feel the Willard right now, our tech and audio guy, do you think that he can go get 10 points in the NBA game
today?
Now? Right now.
There's absolutely no chance.
Thank you.
Wait, I got another follow-up.
Yeah.
Do you think he could beat an Olympic 100-meter sprinter in a 400-meter race?
How much time does he have to prepare? Right now,
as a female.
That shouldn't matter.
The Willard that I'm seeing in front of me right now.
This guy right here.
Yeah,
no
here.
prep, no extra training.
Just
I think
stretch and go.
I think both hamstrings explode immediately.
Yes. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah.
But if not for that, if he had the proper conditioning and the LeBron James diet, I think he could maybe compete out there.
Well, yeah, I mean, if anybody had the LeBron James diet, I think we'd be fine.
Oh, you mean the HGH diet?
Those cheekbones are a little bit high.
But yeah, he's a very confident man. He swears up and down that he can get 10 points in an NBA game.
Bro, I don't know if you could even get up 10 shots if you try to in an NBA game right now. Just being able to get a shot up against a 6'3" freak whose
wingspan is probably 7 foot.
And that's the smallest man on the court.
Their quick jump ability, their ability to go down and come straight back up. Come on, bro. You're not finna do this.
I love you, brother, but no.
10 points in the NBA. You know how hard it is to score. There's people that didn't average 10 points for their career. You still believe that? Oh, do you believe? He said he would score a touchdown on Derek Stingley.
Yeah.
He also said that. The first team All-Pro corner.
First team All-Pro. No. You said that.
You said that.
It's on camera.
To talk shit. That was talking shit. He backed up and said, said he was all right, yeah, you're right. Probably not. I probably can give him one, maybe. But again, it's a maybe.
That's what we're saying. You said you could beat him on a go route right now.
So, here's a scenario. Let's play this out, though. An NBA team says, Willard, what's up, bro? You're going to play 48 minutes.
Thank you.
You're going to be out there for 48 minutes.
You cannot play an NBA game 48 minutes.
But, all Willard's got to do is camp himself on the other side of the court, get leak out passes, make 5 layups.
But those guys can run. And so by the time he puts that ball down, and I have a layup.
Just to be
swipe.
So that's the strategy. The NBA team has to come. They got to say, we're going to lose by 70 points, but Willard, you're going to stand down there, we're going to get you the 10 points.
That's what I'm saying.
I think that can work.
Get 10 points is what I'm trying to get the point off. Getting 10 points shouldn't be that hard.
I don't see it.
It would be the worst plus minus in NBA history.
It probably would be more
for an NBA player.
The worst in history.
But the 10 points would be in the box score.
I'm gonna get some fouls. Is what I'm saying. I might be I might go for a rebound if I try. I'm gonna get hit.
You're not getting a rebound. No. We're already talking about scoring. Now you want to talk about rebounds? You're not getting a rebound.
Period.
Bro, I would go JV games in high school, and I was decent when we were in high school. I would go entire JV games without scoring more than 8 points. Competitive basketball against these freaks. This is hard.
Different.
It's different.
And you played with 2 NBA players.
Yeah.
You did.
What are we talking about, man? Willard, you're shorter than me, and you think you're going to get a rebound in the NBA when there's dudes that are 7 foot walking around, 6'10", 6'8", 6'6".
You can't touch the rim?
I can't touch the rim.
How much you weigh?
185. But
what does that mean?
What does that mean? I'm gonna box out. I'm not gonna just straight up and go for the rebound.
Doesn't necessarily matter for rebounding. You do realize that, right?
Boxing out.
You do.
I said I'm a box out. I didn't say I was gonna get a rebound. I said I'm a box out.
Will. Question.
I'm gonna just jump up and let.
Will, you do realize hops isn't necessarily all you need to get a rebound, right?
I just ask how much you weigh?
But rebounding is an art.
Well, I mean, you're right. But when your weight also factors to that.
It does to a point.
Thank you.
But then what does touching rim have to do with it?
I can get up to at least get to the
Allen
Have you not watched Zach Randolph play basketball? He can jump over a
Allen
phone
Iverson can
booth.
touch rim, and he averaged like 2 rebounds a game. So what's your point?
I can get a rebound. Thank you.
And if
Okay,
this-
you can get a rebound.
If it's,
You
if,
can get
it's a
a
regular,
fine.
if it's a regular season game in November, a lot of these guys don't box out. A lot of them
Right.
aren't playing
You
yet.
get a rebound. I believe you get a rebound. Now you getting 10 points is insane. I don't believe that at all.
We start breaking it down if y'all want to. We'll break it all the way down. I'm going to get my 10. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm going to get my 10.
God.
Houston Rockets, please. Matter of
Willard, you're gonna get that steal and you're gonna look back and everybody's gonna be like this, chasing you down.
And they gonna
there's
swipe that
no
to the
way
12th
you're
row.
getting to the rim.
Let me ask you this, bro. So we already discussed the scenario where your coach is like, "We're gonna lose, but you're gonna get your 10 points." The coach of the opposite team says, "If this guy gets 10 points, none of y'all get paid this season. You still getting your 10 points?"
That might be a different ball.
No.
no, you're not. Because now you're talking about people's money. You ain't getting that.
You got Marcus Smart just making his mission to make you miserable.
You out there
Yeah.
against this Oklahoma City defense, and
You not
Dagnall calls him in. Hey, if he scored 10 points, ain't none of y'all
If
getting
he
y'all
gets
bonuses.
across half court with the basketball, you're
Willard,
not. No.
You're not getting
You're
past
not.
half court.
That's
I
people's
promise
money.
you.
That's people's money at that point.
Look, throwing X and Y's in. Look, we good all day.
Hey man, you playing with people. These
you
dudes is
playing
out
with
here
people
paying
with money.
mortgages off of this, Willard. They
Yeah.
paying for colleges off of this, and they paying for Birkin bags and all types of side chicks. And you think you finna get out here and score 10 points on an NBA player is insane, insane. Like, oh my, who's the worst player on the Rockets right now? Jayson Tate. That's probably the worst player we have.
I mean, on paper, yes.
Do you think he scored 10 points
Absolutely
on
not.
Jayson?
No way. Absolutely not. Jay Sean can lock up.
Jayson will lock you up, bro.
I think Willard's banking on plays breaking down. He picks up the ball,
Hustle
lays it up,
points.
hustle points, like
He doesn't
outlet
hustle.
on a fast
That's the
break.
point. He doesn't hustle.
He doesn't get that after 5 minutes
Yeah.
he's gonna be exhausted.
I told him this isn't just some Travis high school court. Like, this isn't a legit NBA. Like the lanes are wider. The
Yep.
3-point it's
Three-point
a
line is
bigger
further
court.
And the pace, bro.
It's a bigger court.
I know how to run, nigga.
You're not.
Willard, there's a difference between in shape and NBA shape, bro. I'm telling you,
Uh,
there's two
Willard, please-
different
I
things.
feel
Please
like
understand that when I tell you
3
that.
possessions, you're dead. Like
You're done.
The common man's conditioning is up. Like you can't keep up with the pace these guys play with.
You're done.
And they take like 5 strides, and they're from one free throw line to the
the
next.
The other, yep.
It's just not fair, bro.
That's why it's so incredible
nothing
to
against
watch
you.
a
It's
Trey
just we're
Young
different
or
animals.
somebody like that. Because they're small.
We're at the lower end of the biosphere. These are the predators that we're going up
Look
against.
at that guy walking down the stairs. He's from China, Willard. And you mean to tell me that you're going to score 10 points on somebody like he's 7'1", 253,
So you mean his wingspan is probably damn near.
7'6".
Yeah.
Look at his arms.
Look, Willard, just
Just look at him.
Could be slow. I don't know.
Willard, look at him.
Could be slow.
He could be slow.
I ain't seen his highlights, man. I know he just got picked up. I'm just
okay. Look, highlights.
Oh,
Yang Hansen
my
versus
God.
Willard. Let's go.
Look at this.
Block. Give me
Block.
that. No.
Give me this.
That's
Give
you.
me that.
That's you. No, give me that shit.
Off the glass.
No, yeah,
Ah.
no, you ain't scoring on that. No. Look at that. Clean.
Look at this.
Clean. Look at this. And he got another
Another
one. No, you are not scoring. You're,
Dime. Give me that.
you are not looking.
Bucket.
No.
Come on, bro.
Hey,
Willard.
that means you got to guard that too, just so you know.
Again, it's 5 other people on the team, man. It's a basketball game.
Now it's 5 other people
here
on
we
the
go.
team.
Yeah, whatever.
Now basketball is a team sport. But when I said that earlier, talking for KG, he didn't say anything about this at all. Like, boy, I tell you. Anyways, okay. Vala,
Anyway.
can I ask you? Let me ask you this before we close out. What is your outlook on the upcoming season for our Houston Texans?
Oh wow, big bounce back year.
Yeah.
And we say bounce back. You know, they were the division winners of the AFC South. CJ didn't have a great season up to his rookie standards, but the receivers that they drafted for this guy, the continuity of this coaching staff going into year 3 now with D'Amico. Mm-hmm. CJ having another year under his belt, not having a podcast tour like he did after his rookie year, which I think threw some of his focus off.
With Micah Parsons.
Stop messing with Instagram models.
I think the Texans team we have right now, just the defense alone excites me, man. And if CJ we can steady this offensive attack out a little bit more. I don't know what Nick Chubbs is going to do for our running depth. We saw, some injuries late in the season to mix him, and he's going to be, 29 or 30 years old this next season, which isn't great for running backs. I think they're still a contender, but they're not at that next tier of, like, the Baltimores, of the teams that we discuss seriously when it comes to February just yet. What about you guys? Are y'all still on the same level that we were last year? Have we taken another step, or are we taking a step back?
I think there's a step, but I mean, I'm kind of like you. I don't know if they're at that Baltimore Buffalo
I don't think
tier
they're a championship
yet.
team.
Kansas City tier, yeah. I don't see that. But I mean, I think that they can contend. Yeah,
I do have a
just
hot
defense
take
alone.
for y'all on this. I think that the Texans will be this year's Buffalo Bills, and I do not think the Buffalo Bills will win the AFC East. I do not. I don't. I'm taking the Patriots as we sit here today.
So you're basically saying the Texans are like 1 or 2 plays away from being a Super Bowl team.
They could be, but we can't beat Baltimore and the Chiefs. We just can't. They smack us every
time.
single time,
And it's always that they're on the road. It's always they're on the road too.
Because when it's Baltimore, we can't do nothing with Lamar. Lamar is the problem. We cannot stop him running because the way our defensive line is set up, they're meant to attack the quarterback. But when you got somebody like Lamar that can break contain, it don't even matter. And then the Chiefs, we don't have the offensive line to combat their defense. That's really the problem. But depending on matchups, if it ends up being Kansas City, Baltimore, and it's us versus whoever, we'll be in the AFC Championship game.
And who knows? Football is. We lose sight of this every offseason. Football is such an uncertain sport with injuries. You see the Texans basically get handicapped offensively, at least in the past game, with the injuries they had to their wide receiving core. Who knows what happens to Baltimore's defense? Who knows what happens to KC's defensive line? Maybe the Texans stay healthy for once, and they actually have the I don't remember. Did Azeez Al-Shaair play against Baltimore on Christmas? Because we signed.
I feel like he was suspended that game.
I don't think he did.
We signed him specifically to be that QB spy, the speed in the linebacking core, to be able to keep up with tight ends, to be able to keep up with guys like Lamar Jackson. So a healthy Texans defense, you hope Christian Harris can be healthy this year.
That's the guy.
That's another one, right? Your inside linebacker, speed and IQ, and D'Amico's guy that he took under his wing, essentially one of the defensive captains before he went out with injury. I think if they're healthy, they're right up there with all these other teams. They just don't have like an X factor to me, and I don't think C.J. Stroud is that X factor. Not yet.
Nah, because in the passing game, we don't. If you take away Nico, like what else is left? That's the real problem. We won't have Tank. I don't think Tank's ever going to play again.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
Stefan's gone. The new guys from Iowa State, both Iowa State receivers, which is weird. We took 2 receivers from Iowa State. Yeah. Both of them are rookies. Like, what are they going to do? We don't use Sosi enough at all. And Joe Mixon got hurt last year because we kept using him in the passing game. That's how he kept getting his ankle rolled up on.
Who's the wide receiver 2 they signed this offseason? It's a guy from Miami? I can't remember.
That sounds about right.
Because Jalen Waddle's still there. Tyreek Hill is still there. Did they sign Berrios?
No, they signed some receiver to like a $30-40 million contract who's going to be their number 2 guy. I can't recall what his name was.
Because I know it's supposed to be Higgins, the rookie, but who knows how he's actually going to play. I don't remember who it was they signed at wide receiver. I don't. That's interesting. I don't remember. But I know the offensive line should be way better this year.
It's
been injury prone for 2 years.
That's the question mark right there.
And we traded Laramie in the offseason, so I don't know how they got
to the damn Commanders.
That's about 50 yards a game you get back. Every Texans game, you're waiting for the penalty. You're waiting for the false start, the multiple false starts.
But who do we have that's better?
Yeah, nobody.
Like, that's the problem. Like, we had a better solution. And, trade Laramie. It's fine. But we don't really have a better option than left tackle. It's hard to find a left tackle.
It's so weird that, not this past season, but the season prior, their O-line was a patchwork of different guys coming in and out because of injury. And they had a better season than they did last year when they were fully healthy. They were the worst O-line in football fully healthy. Maybe getting rid of Tunsil and just mixing it up and throwing new guys in, you can hope that that's going to work for CJ and he can get creative.
8 ball, man. If you don't do it this year, I don't
Hey,
know what
you
to
gotta
tell
get
you,
it done
bro.
this year, bro.
You got Jair, you got Marlon Humphrey, you got Kyle Hamilton in that secondary. Y'all got Malachi Starks in that. The Baltimore Ravens should have one of the best defenses in football. They should.
This is the year to do it.
This is
8 ball.
it.
This is
the
the year
Lamar.
to
If
do
you
it.
don't do it this year, that team gonna start getting broken up.
Yep.
Because at a certain point, you got to play Zay Flowers.
At some point.
Got to pay Isaiah Likely at a certain point because somebody will.
Yep. That's it right there.
And how much longer do you have Derrick Henry?
Yeah. At this level, at least.
And he just signed that extension, right?
He just did.
So
Like, this would be the year. But y'all know what it is, man. For me, rise up, baby. Year of the Falcons. Michael Penix Jr., Dark Horse MVP. I'm telling y'all now. Michael Penix is gonna light it up next year.
man, I hope so for your sake.
That's one of the most explosive. Dog, if you look at the Falcons roster
yeah.
offensively, there's no reason we shouldn't average 28 a game. No reason.
Well,
Bijan, Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Kyle Pitts, Michael Penix. Like, there's no reason we shouldn't be an elite level.
y'all should have a really good offense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's all the time we have. So we're gonna sign out. I'm Evan. The homie Vala pulled up.
West, and y'all know who the real dude is. The real 2-3, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I ain't forgot that there's a LeBron fan in the room. Y'all know I wasn't going to let that slide before we got up out of here. The GOAT, Michael Jordan, forever the GOAT. The best to ever do it, ever will do it. Woo! Styling, profiling.
What was Jordan doing at 40 years old?
He was owning an NBA team.
Okay. LeBron owns all of Las Vegas.
You know what else LeBron hasn't done? 6 rings.
You know what Jordan didn't do?
6.
Popularize an entire sport in America. Shout out to all my pickleball players out there. LeBron James sees y'all.
Y'all know who made basketball a global sport? Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
I can't argue against that. Yeah.
I'm in the conversation here. You know who's winning the Super Bowl, West? The Saints. All right.
Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell.
The Saints, baby. Who that? Super
Stop
Bowl.
it. The
Percent-
Saints.
Major.
Y'all are in cap hell. We're not about to do this with the
Who
Saints.
that, baby? We
I
going to
ain't
Super
seen an
Bowl.
organization
Saints
run a
Super
cap-
Bowl.
a cap like this ever in my life.